I feel
There are
included.
rules.
Cool. Looking forward to what we come up today. What will be interesting. So should we start?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can.
Jake, kick us off.
Yeah, we can start building out a little bit. So, how we're going to start out here, our end project, our goal is to get some data out of a YouTube channel or multiple YouTube channels and pull it into Deepnote and then do some visualization on that data. So, I'm going to kind of start off by just talking very briefly about the YouTube API. I've already signed up for a key to get us started there. It's really easy to sign up for a key. You just go to your Google API console. So that's at console.developers.google.com. You have to have a Gmail account. And then from there, you can pick whatever you want from their library to sign up to start getting data. So if you go to the library, you'll see that there's different services in here to choose from. And the one we're using today, if you want to follow along, is the YouTube Data API version 3. Once you've added that to your library, then you can get credentials in the API key. So essentially, you're just going to click on credentials, and then it'll give you an auth app ID, and then you can just copy and paste that into Deepnote. So one feature that we're going to use, just along that same API key, you don't see it in here, we're going to use an integration to environment variables. So over here on the left, I've connected an integration, and all that has in it is my API key. So it's not in my public notebook or anything like that. And then we're going to connect via that route. So that's pretty much it there in terms of getting connected to the API. It's very simple, and then we can kind of build out from there. So I'll just jump in. I'll just do a couple imports at the top of things that we're going to use, at least in my part, or at least in the first part, the API section here. So we're going to import OS and requests. So we're going to make requests to the API and get some data back from the API. And then finally, import JSON just to kind of put it in a good data format when we're done with it, so we can then move it into another notebook or whatever you want to do. So that's pretty much it for gathering the data from the API itself. So now in terms of YouTube channels, I don't know if are any of you big YouTube fans? You got a favorite YouTube channel or a go-to or anything like that you want to check out?
Oh, that's a good one. We could do yours, Jake. I mean,
let's do. So mine is okay, but I don't have the views, so we might get cooler charts with. But I appreciate that. So I have one that I was just gonna bring up if no one has anyone to look in, and if you have one, you can throw it out in the chat, and we'll check that one out as well. One of the YouTube channels that I like a lot, and they actually have some deals with YouTube, so I think that their videos, the data that they have on their videos, are going to really help you if you're looking into the YouTube algorithm in general. So how they're using tags, how they're using descriptions and title and things like that. So this is Good Mythical Morning. This is the one that I thought we could check out, at least to start with.
Oh yeah, I know
here.
them.
Are you a fan?
That's awesome. I used to listen. Yeah, I used to listen to their podcast when I was like a teenager.
Yeah, it's still something that I watch daily, probably. They're just very.
Yeah, they've been around
fun.
for so long.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's do that.
The one thing, and this is the only kind of like weird, hacky thing that I'm gonna do here, but you'll see that every channel after you're over a certain size can have a custom URL at the top. I'm actually gonna look at the source really quick just to grab the actual channel ID so we can get that from the API. And then I'll show you what we're gonna do with that and how we're gonna get into the API itself. So all I'm gonna do is is view the source here. And then there's a bunch of data in here, and a quick Google, I found that a browse ID will lead you to that channel ID. So I'm actually going to steal this out here. The only reason that I'm doing this, you can do a search for the channel name as well, but that'll come back with multiple results and things like that. So you could go that route as well. We're just going to take a little shortcut and grab out our channel ID. So I'm just going to throw that in a variable so we have it. Awesome. And then we got that set up. So now we're going to go ahead and continue on and try and connect to the actual API and get some data back. Whenever I'm doing something like this, I don't know about you, Jakob, but I try to stay as simple as possible when I first set up. So I'm just going to go to the API. We're going to check it out, pick out the simplest requests we can find, and then try to get some data back and make sure our API key works and all that. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to pop open another tab. You can search for the YouTube Data API. It's pretty popular, so you'll find it. Once you're on the API, if you click on the reference tab here, that'll pull you to the base docs, and that's pretty much you can find whatever you want from here. So the ones that we're going to use probably in this video are going to be the channels, our search, and the video data. So just to kind of begin, we can pop open channels. And we have some options here. So there's different kinds of API calls. You can have an update call. So if you have permissions to the video or something like that, you could update different things. We just want to view the data. We're not going to update anything. So we're going to go ahead and click on list. And now if you're new to docs in general, this is a pretty awesome setup that they have and a layout. So you have the ability to try the API on the right side there, and then also choose some common use cases, one that we're actually going to use here. And then you get an example of the request as well. So all I'm going to do is grab this and pull it in, this get request, and then we can build off of that. I'll just set up a URL here. We can paste that in. And then if we go back to the API, we can check out what we're going to have to input to that API. So you can see that the parameters, if you scroll down, you have a required parameter that you have to enter. And it has some different values in here. And we can break down those values. The one that we're going to grab just at first is statistics, just to see some generic statistics on the channel and see if we can get some data back. So we're going to grab that parameter. And we can add that. We're just going to put a question mark and then ID or part equals. Then we can paste in our statistics. And you can add as many other parameters as you want. In our case, we want to add the channel ID as well. So we added a channel ID up there to select a specific channel. So we're going to grab that channel. And we also need to add our API key. So again, these are all in the docs. So if you're wondering where I get any of this, I might not highlight all of them as I go through it just for time's sake, but you can read each of them in here when I'm finding values or different things like that. So the one we're going to add is our key as well. So we're going to say key equals. I'm a big F string fan. We can put an F string, do some curly brackets. We'll throw our API key in here. And one more. We'll do and we'll set our ID equal to something as well. So we're going to set our ID equal to the channel ID we grabbed above. Cool. So now that we have our variable set up, that's going to be our request call that we're going to do eventually. One thing that I sometimes like to do is to just print it out afterwards and just see what it looks like. So it would help if I ran the cells. So I'm going to import my libraries. I'm going to run the 2 cells that I had above and shift enter again. And I can get my API full request call here. I grab that. So if I grab that and paste it into the browser, you can see right away what we're going to get back. Again, you could run this straight through Python and all that. I just like to break it up into chunks and be able to see the data, make sure I'm getting it back. You can see that we do have some data here. You can see that they have slightly more views than my channel. Not much, but like, what is that? 7 billion views or something like that. So definitely a large channel.
Jake, do you want to just sort of briefly recap what we're doing here, just because we have a couple of new people joining?
Absolutely. So what we're doing here is we are laying the footwork to start pulling data into a notebook. So one thing I like to do to create kind of unique projects is to build my own data set or kind of change it around how I want it. So that's what we're laying out here. So we are using the YouTube API to explore a channel in Deepnote. So for this first part, we're pulling in data. And you can see here that we kind of got just the basic setup right now. And we are using a YouTube channel called Good Mythical Morning to pull the data into our API itself, at least right now. So that's what you're looking at on the screen. Cool. So now that we have that, we can start building this out. So what I'm going to do is maybe create a function just to get this data back out. So you can call it whatever you want. I'm going to call it get channel stats. We can pass it in our API key and our channel ID. And then we can do something similar to what we were playing around with up here. So I'm going to pull this actually into our function. Should I still, oops, change that name. And then we can start grabbing our data. So I'm going to go through this fairly quickly here, but we're going to get our JSON URL first. So we're going to make our actual call to requests. So we're going to do request.get, and then we can pass in the URL. And then we can actually grab our data out of that URL. So remember, what we're going to get back when we grab it out of that URL is going to be this chunk of data that we see in here. That's all dependent on what kind of a call you're making and what your URL is. But in our case, that's what we're going to get back. So we can do json.loads. And we had our JSON URL from above. And we can grab the text off of that. And then we can go ahead and start grabbing stuff out of that as well. So if we go back to this API call, you can see that we get some different results in here, but it's going to pull it in as a dictionary. So you can see the outside curly brackets there. So we're going to get a dictionary back, and inside of that dictionary, we're going to have keys of kind, etag, page info, and items. So we can kind of break down exactly what we're looking for. In our case, I don't really see too much of interest other than the items. So I think right away we can grab just the items out of that dictionary, and then base our data on that. So I'm just going to copy items here. And what else do we have? Oh yeah, and then even inside of that, there's nothing really other than the statistics. There's a slight, like a statistics count inside of there that we can grab out. So let's set our data. So we're going to reach in and grab out the items. And then inside of that items field, you can see that it's actually a list. There's square brackets here, but there's only one element inside of it. So we're going to grab out just that first element. So the index value is 0. And then we can grab out our statistics inside of that. And then we should be able to return our data. So now once we have that function built out, you can kind of see how we're going to use these different API calls and things like that to build out our data set. So this is kind of a channel overview and just something to kind of get us started here. But that's our original setup. We'll make sure it works here. So remember our API key was called API key above, our channel ID. And you can see that we'll get our data back here. So we can hold that in a variable or something like that. There we go. So now we have our first API call. We got our JSON back. Any questions so far, thoughts as we're going through this?
Yeah, maybe just one comment if anyone's in the Twitch stream and prefers using like a pure Python API, like so not using requests, let's say, and not returning it as JSON and then converting it to a dictionary. On the documentation page that you showed, they give really great examples for each language. And I found the Python ones to be really, really great and really, really readable and everything. And it just returns everything immediately as a dictionary.
Oh, awesome.
So that
Can
might
you share
be,
the link?
Yeah.
yeah, actually, I could even share. Yeah, I could share the link. It's on the same page that
Yeah,
Jacob
or the
was showing.
snippet. Or the snippet
Yeah,
directly.
but I'll show you a little snippet. Yeah, let me. This is funny. Like, I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'll show you like a little snippet here. Just. Oh shoot, that's different. Hold on a second. It's really, really concise. So let's see.
That'll be a good side by side too. We can.
Yeah, it's really like you can comment it out because it's we don't need it or anything. But like,
Jake, can you go back to the notebook, please?
Yeah.
so I don't know if you can see that, and maybe I could put. Hey, can you split cells in Deepnote? Maybe this would be a good idea to not like, step all over your code here. I'm just curious.
Not right now.
Okay, no problem. Here, let me just put it.
Jacob is writing
Let me put it down here. Let me use the actual notebook. Yeah. So basically that's kind of how you would get, like, so you can see the statistics. I don't know if you can see what I'm highlighting here, but
Yeah.
you can see the statistics field. And so this would be almost identical if I just removed this part there. And then, okay, obviously that's a different video ID, but then the response, you can end up getting everything out of response. Like, for example, I mean, this might be different depending on the exact call you made, but just, we can comment all this out, but just for the sake of example. And then response, you can get like things like the view count, the like count, the comment count. And you just need that little bit. Technically, there is also the place where you have to define your API key and everything, but that would be something like, I'll just put this up for the sake of completeness, but like something like that. So yeah, so that creates the connection, and then all of these methods, you can get like your playlists, your videos, your channels, just like you added before to that URL. You can just add as a comma separated string statistics and all of these other sort of so-called parts, and then that's it. And then you get this response object, which is just a dictionary, and it has everything in it. And then you're kind of always in Python.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, or always working with general Python objects. So it's something to think about.
Yeah, definitely. Very clean too.
I like it. Yep.
Thanks, Helen.
You're welcome. I'm going to comment that out now.
I just
So,
wanted to recap, like for anyone that has just joined. I'm now posting a link to the stream. So if you guys want to jump into the notebook that we're working on, feel free to do so, and you can see the code and tinker with it yourself. The link is also available in the description. There's like a bitly shortened URL that you can use anytime. So feel free to open it up and look at the code with us.
Awesome. Maybe we can actually go that route for our next step here. So in terms of data, we don't have really a lot to look at with just the channel statistics, and Alan's right in line with probably what we want to end up doing. We probably want to end up doing some sort of look into the videos themselves, right? They have a lot more data, a lot more the likes, comments, tags, text length, all kinds of things, description. So I think we should, or we could go in and try to search a channel and see if we can get like a list of videos back or something like that, and then pull out the individual video data or something along those lines.
yep.
Sounds
So
good.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, sounds good. You could also do something like, well, that's a nice simple way to start. You can also choose a playlist, and I mean, maybe that's something for later, but then you have a set of videos, and then you could pull out those statistics for each video, and then you could, you could plot a bar for each of those showing the like counts or something like that. So like
Yeah,
we can
definitely.
go there later. We can go there later, I suppose, when we start charting things. But yeah, maybe we should just try one video for now.
Sure. I was even, yeah. I actually, I think if we do a search, we can maybe pull in an entire list of our.
Or yeah, mate, like even can't remember if when you query a single video, if they actually give you a bunch, and then because I know that there's a list of items, so I wonder here.
Yeah, I know you can get a list of videos from a search. Maybe you could do it maybe you can do it the clean Python way too.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like there's probably multiple ways of doing it. Like I know how to do it with a playlist, and I think if you want more than one video, I mean, I just looked into this today, so I could be completely wrong, but it'll be fun to try. I think you can, when you pass in the video ID, I think you can just pass in a list of video IDs.
Oh,
I
cool.
don't know if that's actually true or not, but that might be true.
Let's see if we can do some sort of search then and come up with some sort of video data, or a list of videos maybe. So I just grabbed the request off of the search. So what I think we can find the playlist and the videos off of a channel ID search. So maybe we can try that, see what it gives us back, and then build off of that a little bit. It's
Oh, so just for the people watching, sorry to interrupt.
Oh, you're fine. Go
Just
ahead.
so people can find where I found those little Python snippets.
Yeah.
Jacob, can you go back to where you were? Sorry, my stream might even be like slightly delayed, so I'll just wait till I can see it on my actual screen. Just the docs, like that you were just on. Yeah, if you scroll up a little bit, and those like red tags there underneath in that table, there's like those little red like HTML tags.
Yeah.
I think that's what you call them. If you click on one of those, or maybe you can even click on the actual blue highlighted words, it'll open up another section on the side. And yeah, there you go. I'm probably delayed here, but yeah, and then if you scroll, yeah, exactly. then you can see the little Python snippets, and they're overly complex, but if you scroll down, you'll see that little blob of code that I wrote there where it starts with request equals YouTube search. That's basically all you need to actually do,
Cool.
similar things to what we're doing, search a public video, search a public playlist, search for comments, that kind of thing. It's all stuff that looks very, very similar to that.
Awesome. I say we try it
And
that
so,
way.
yeah, so that's quite helpful, I think, for people who are just used to Python, at least for me anyway, it was.
Yeah, keep it as simple as possible for sure. Okay, so I just need, maybe we can steal that. Our request. And we can update our API key. So is that all I should need there then?
Yeah, first line looks good. And then, yeah, like I don't know what search brings back, but yeah, that looks really good. I'm not sure what the surfing thing is, but yeah.
I think that's like what they're searching for in like the query or the results itself.
Oh, it's like literally surfing.
Yeah, like
on the
literally
water.
That's
okay. It's like surfing. It's like,
okay, cool.
Okay.
Let's
see
give that a
what
shot
happens.
then maybe. And turn request. So that should just be a dictionary then? Video listening. Dictionary equals.
Oh yeah, you can pass multiple. I just tried it. You can actually pass multiple video IDs to a single search like you were doing before, or like that's in that snippet, and it will bring back, instead of bringing back a dictionary, it will bring back a list of dictionaries where every item is a new dictionary for the video. So that's nice too. Like
Sorry,
if you knew it. It's okay.
I think Jakub got locked out from the room. So Jake, can you have to let him back in? I don't have the host rights anymore.
Oh, I see.
Thank you.
My boss is watching the video stream right now.
Really?
Hi,
boss.
Yeah, her name's Lisa. Hi, Lisa.
Hey, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
I don't know.
Thanks for
I don't know
joining.
if you're still on. She told me that she can see me. I will have to be on my best behavior.
So far, so good, Alan. Nothing too controversial.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you.
Keep it clean.
Yeah. Alan, you're busted. Hey, it's Fran says. You're busted. I know, I am busted. No, it's outside of work hours, so it's perfectly reasonable. Go. And, professional development, right?
So I can just add these imports at the top then? I'm getting an error on this discovery.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I stopped paying attention for a second.
You're fine.
Oh, build is not defined. Sorry, there's an import. There's like, you have to pip install and then import. Here, I'll give you the, I'll give you the thing here. This is, let me chuck it up at the top of the.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So I mean, what was working for me was this one here that I just put in.
Okay. Yep.
But you actually have to install that. Yeah.
No, we can do that.
Okay, sweet.
Let's cut this out. Oops.
Jakub is struggling with his computer, so he is resetting.
Yeah, it's a little laggy on my end as well.
Is it?
Oh, well, I'm sure it's not you. It's not probably not your fault or anything. It's just my internet is not very good. I have the stream in four whatever 480
Oh.
right now, so it streams a little bit better. But yeah, no problem. Oh, here, let me see what I actually pip
Yeah,
installed.
see
Is
what
that the
you got. Maybe
see
I'm
what I
missing.
actually pip installed? Oh, it's a let me see what you did. Oh, it's a Google API Python client, but with dashes in between all those. Here, let me,
Yeah,
instead of just saying it, just write it.
throw it in there.
It's that thing there.
Oh yeah, now we're talking.
Oh, I don't think I can run cells. Why is that? Sign up to run code. Oh, am I not like signed in or something?
If you can't see your profile on the upper right, then you're probably
No, I
not
think it's
signed.
good now. It's running now. So yeah, I think I just
Okay.
wasn't signed in for some reason.
Cool.
Okay, how's that? That seems to probably help.
All right, let's try this again.
Yeah, let's give it a
Awesome.
whirl.
Not sure if it's actually running or not. Does it look like it doesn't look like it's running to me. The cell.
No, there you go.
There
Oh,
we go.
yeah, so that's good. Yeah. That looks promising.
Jake, can you just let in Jakub again?
Yes.
Oh, he's not there anymore, is he?
I don't see.
Oh no. Did he leave? Oh my god. Okay, hold on. What's his name?
Cool. I'm still. Oh, there we go. My sorry, my notebook is just a little behind. I think maybe.
Mm. Oh, I see.
And then just dot body. Let's look. Oh,
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like
we need to actually
what cell you're on. Oh. Oh yeah, I did not tell you that you had to do the execute thing, which is key. Yeah, request.execute.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would help.
You're fine. We're figuring this out on the fly.
There we go. We're getting. Yeah. No, but look how nice that looks, though.
Yeah, very cool.
So nice.
Okay, so
It's beauty.
So okay, it looks like each is a search result. It's got a kind, what it is, published at, what channel it's published to, the title, all that good stuff.
Does it have any of the stats in it? See, I don't think this has the stats in it though.
You know, I bet we have to like iterate. I bet we have to grab the IDs out of this, maybe.
You might have to do that, yeah. I'm trying to look at when you pass a list of video IDs if it will bring back the stats, but oh, it does. Yeah. Okay. How about this? How about, do you mind if I type something in?
No, go ahead.
Am I allowed? Okay.
I would love
It's
for
just
you to
a
type
small,
something in.
it's a small change, although we'll see what you think of it. So, for example, I see, because, right. So in that little function that you have right there, how does it know like what channel to get?
So I think what we did here is we did a generic search for surfing on any channel.
Oh,
So like we could add more parameters. For example,
gotcha.
we could take out the Q parameter and add in ID and then pass in our channel ID, and it would return, I'm assuming, Good Mythical Morning stuff again. So I think...
Yeah, so right. So I understand now what you're saying. So you just searched for basically like that little tag, and then you got a bunch of results back, and then you would have to search that to find what you want.
That's right.
Right? I
Yep.
assume. Right. So it wasn't specific to Good Mythical Morning per se. It was just getting that tag.
Correct. What we just did there was searching for just surfing.
I see.
Yep, and then getting the results back there, I think.
Yeah. I think if you go, again, like it's fine. So you could iterate. If you do have a list, then you could iterate through that and then do a video search. And you can also, like, I'm just putting these things in comments because I don't want to ruin what you did.
Fine.
But
go ahead.
If you did like request, I'm up here. I don't know if you can see where I'm editing, but
yeah, we can.
If you did like YouTube.videos, request equals YouTube.videos.list, then you can pass in an ID, either one or more IDs. So I suppose the question is, if you already knew which videos you wanted to look at, then this would be one way of doing it. If you had those video IDs, then you could search for them explicitly like that. And that may not be what you guys want to do. I just wanted to point that out. But
no, I
otherwise,
think that's actually a really awesome idea. So I think so. What you're saying is you get some type of search result back, and then you extract out the individual IDs, and then get the details on each video itself.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure what will happen is that you'll end up getting a list back, and inside of each element of the list will contain the statistics for that video. So like the stats we're interested in, like view count, comment count, like count, all of those things.
Okay, cool.
I'm pretty sure you won't need like a double loop or anything. It'll just be there.
Okay, so we just have
So I think that
break down our dictionary into a list of titles.
Well, I think if you wanted to use that method that I just came up with there, that I showed there, you would need to. The only downside is that you would need to know which videos you're actually looking for. So you would need to know the IDs of those videos,
right,
and pass them if that's what you're asking.
Yeah.
So like if you know a priori, you're like, there's these two videos and I want to just get this data back, and then maybe a next nice step would be like, well, what if you didn't know the video IDs? Then you could look for a playlist and then basically extend that example to grab all the video IDs in the playlist and then look at the stats for all the videos in that playlist. So, that might be one way of just starting simple and then expanding it out. So if you wanted to, we could be explicit about one or two video IDs. We could just go to the URL, grab a couple of video IDs. And then once we're like sort of comfortable with how that works, we could then say, okay, but what if you didn't know what those video IDs were, or there were many of them or something? Then you could query a playlist and it works in a similar way. I mean, that's one possible way we could go about it.
That's an awesome idea. And that's again, a lot of the ways that we kind of break down these problems in general, trying to keep it as simple as possible. Like what I was getting at was to get some dynamic list that we don't know how long it is. We don't know what would be in it, or if we have wrong keys. Your point is very, very, a very good point, that if we start with a hard-coded list or whatever of a couple videos, maybe we can get some data back and start looking at it. and then we can always build out the other side. No, that's a great suggestion. Let's go ahead and try that. Let's get just make maybe a video list or something. We can pass
Sure.
it in.
How about like do you want to grab a couple video IDs from is it Good Mythical Morning? Do you want to grab a couple video IDs, and then maybe I can like just change the get video list function so it's ready to accept those things, and then I'll let you take over after that maybe.
Nope, that'd be awesome. So we'll
okay,
just grab
cool.
some videos here. I'm not recommending
And Jake,
any
if you
videos.
can just sorry, Jake, if you can just let in Jakub to the Zoom call, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
How are we
And
doing?
then for anyone who actually wants to jump in and explore the code with us, feel free to jump into the notebook. I'm just linking it again because we have a couple of new people on the call.
Yeah, exactly. So what we're doing, just to a quick recap, is we're just digging into the YouTube API kind of as we go. We've been kind of exploring different ways and different project ideas. There's no real end goal. We're just trying to get in some data and start analyzing it. So we're going to grab out a hard-coded list of video IDs that then we can grab some details off of from there. Is this going to start playing this too?
Hey guys, I'm back. My beard just got longer.
There you go. I knew you'd be back. So we'll grab out.
You didn't, or you did?
I knew you'd be back eventually. You'd miss us.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I had to reset my SMC on my Mac because the camera stopped working. But that's less fun than YouTube API, so
that's right.
Don't let me interrupt you.
So can I actually grab a couple of IDs from my favorite videos?
Absolutely.
From Good Mythical Morning?
Yeah,
Okay.
totally. Geez, I really hope it actually works, because I just tested it out quickly and it does work, but I don't want to be responsible for derailing anything. I'm really good at doing that, by the way, derailing things.
You can't derail
So
this
is my
more
boss.
than I already
my boss
could.
will attest to it.
Oh, break things.
Yes,
That's
that's the fun of it. You know, like anyone else too that has any suggestions, if you want to jump in. We've completely kind of changed our route already and done different things, so that's part of the fun of it. So don't hesitate. I think I actually grabbed a and tag in mine. That's probably not a valid. I'm trying to derail us too.
That's awesome.
So we can talk about beards more or something.
I love that my value add on this stream is literally just searching for videos of pancakes. They do a lot of video on pancakes, so
yeah.
I'm just.
Is when you said grabbing some your favorite videos, or do you often watch cooking videos of pancakes? Is that
Maybe.
Am I reading that correctly?
Those are your go-tos.
Do you know Jacques Pepin?
I have this,
the great French chef?
I have this very weird thing where I actually, like, anytime I eat food, it's more appetizing for me when I also watch people cooking food. So I eat while I watch cook shows.
I get that.
Yeah, I do that. I do that constantly.
And pancakes is my niche, personally.
What about crepes though?
Well, I'm European, so crepes are the best.
Okay, sweet. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, pancake combo.
Oh, here's one too. We got a huge list of them as well. All right. We want to try and pass this in and see if we get any data back.
Yeah. Try to pass those babies into that ID.
You can see I naturally push Control S multiple times here, even though Deepnote's saving it for me. Okay, so this is... Okay, so I just need to pass in whatever IDs I want.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a video list.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Pass this. Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
as a programmer, the collaboration is so great in teaching and learning and things like that, but it's still different for me, you know. It's still shocking to see it.
It really is.
And it works? What's the shocking bit?
Just, I guess you're used to a different format. It's just better to be able to work together like this at the same. I keep waiting for him to stop typing and you know, different things.
Oh,
like,
sorry. Like it's
no,
it's not screwing anything up, right? Is it?
No.
Okay.
I meant in a good way. In a good way that we can both, you know, kind of work on it in true collaboration. Yeah. No, I think it's awesome.
Okay, I'm just kind of going by the seat of my pants here, but let's see. So you pass in the data, which is a list. Oh.
Are you making a call for each? You're passing in the video list as a whole?
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
sure.
That seems reasonable, right? And then I was going to do something like, maybe like we end up having something like sort of at the end of the day, we'd end up making some kind of dictionary, which I can name whatever, but some kind of dictionary that holds the title, holds the view count, holds the like count, holds the comment count, or whatever stats we want. And we'll just make a list of dictionaries. And then that will be really easy to pass to pandas to make into a data frame. And that will be really easy to chart.
Yep, I got you.
So I was thinking maybe something along those lines, although let's see, maybe you can help me code it a bit. So data's a list, okay.
So this is, you're gonna pass it to get stats after we do our video list request?
Yeah, I was thinking that, unless you want to just add it right to your function, that's okay too. I just thought I'd like get out of your way a bit.
No, like, I'm fine. It looks good.
Okay, sweet. So for each video, so we would want something like, okay, so title. I think we can debug it later, but I don't even know if it would be, what is the thing? It's probably going to be statistics title, I think. It's probably going to be something. Oh no, I think it's actually going to be, well, we'll have to examine it. I'll tell you.
That's part of the fun.
If you want, yeah, if you wanted to run that, before I write this function, maybe if you wanted to run that, and then just pick out like the first, let's just look at the first thing that comes back from data, and then it might make it a little bit clearer for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it shouldn't be too difficult.
Yeah, that's clear.
Maybe I will actually move this to a new cell just so I can keep writing.
Okay, so we have our video list. We're gonna try, oops. My bad.
I'm gonna get.
So with our video list, we're gonna try and get our data back. So this get video list function is gonna return us some data. We're hoping that we can pass it an entire list of videos, and it's gonna give us back a list of dictionaries, each being an individual video.
Yep, that's how I understand it. Yep.
Okay, so we got our API key, we got everything. Let's go ahead and we're gonna run this cell just to define that function and see if we can get the contents back out here. I forget to run my cells all the time too. And
then this is.
cool. So Yeah, I got like I got each individual video back, and
Okay, sweet.
for video in data, let's just print out that video.
Oh, good. It's got the
And
it's got the stats in it and everything, so that's fantastic. I think you might want, is it items? Is items the first? Is items the thing that
maybe.
contains what we want?
Or was it
So.
a 0 index? Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Yeah,
Jeez.
I just need to see the first one. Yeah, let's see where the stats. So there's definitely stats. Okay, that's fantastic.
Ooh,
How do we get into that?
sorry, I'm jumping all over here.
That's okay. Oh, I see why you went into kind.
Oh, that's the first one. Oh, it's giving me
I think
back
it's
just
items.
one dictionary. Yeah, you're right. So, thank you. And then items is a list. So could I do like, oops.
Oh, so there's only one item, just so I'm clear. There's only one items list, right? And it contains all
Each
the
video.
videos that we search for.
I think
Oh,
so.
okay.
Is that what you guys are seeing?
That's
Yeah, that's what I
fantastic.
think.
I think
We
you're
should-
right, and that makes sense.
We should add a better JSON formatting to the outputs, right?
Yeah.
So actually, I think if you do this, nope. Okay, it's even worse.
It's even
Okay.
worse.
Never mind.
Okay, so if we go back to our one output is going to give us a lot of different values that we can grab off of that. So we can pass in our data items back to the stats function that you were creating, Alan.
Mm-hmm.
And then start building kind of a cleaner output for you, or for for our pandas eventually. Let's just delete this stuff.
I will interrupt you one more time. Sorry, if I can.
You're not
I will try one. I will try this if it looks good. Yes, it looks good.
Woo.
So next time we can try this one. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really nice.
Oh, it's amazing.
Okay, for the future, saving it. And go ahead, Jake. Sorry.
No, that's awesome. Okay. So building out our... So we're going to pass in the whole data block, which you got there. Perfect. And then we're going to iterate over our items. So each item that he gets back inside of this for loop should be an individual video, we're hoping. And then Alan's building out a dictionary based on those videos. And this is going to be what we can use to kind of visualize it later. So that's at least the goal here.
Yeah, how does that look, Jacob? So I'm assuming that I get the full response object back. So that contains like the whole thing.
Yep. That's
and
fine.
then I've got an empty list. It's going to contain a bunch of dictionaries. And then for each item in items, which I assume each item is a video, I'll just make up an empty dictionary, fill up that dictionary with like title is the title of video, view count is the view count, yada, yada, yada. And then append that to that empty list. And so by the time we're done, we should have a list with a bunch of dictionaries in it, and then we can pass that directly to pandas. I mean, there's multiple ways you could do it, but maybe that would work, something like that.
I think it's awesome. Let's try. So we
Okay,
got our function. We can go ahead and call it and just pass in our data. And it's going to return me back my lists, we're hoping. Sorry, I don't mean to get too sloppy here. Get stats. And then we can pass in our entire data block. right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't run it.
I
Allow me. See, we all
forgot
suffer from that
I
affliction.
don't even have to scroll up. I can just let Alan run it. All right, key error title.
Okay, so clearly I'm indexing wrong, but yeah.
It's okay.
Let's
Where
see
was our?
here.
Hey, can we do the pretty output again?
Yeah, I don't know how he did that.
Yeah, there is JSON in IPython display,
Sure.
and when you
Right.
let me add it. So what do we want to
I think we want to
do?
look at just one.
Just the first item.
Yeah, the first item in our data block, and see if we can. So let's do data.
Oh yeah, sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
I think I
Yeah,
might
it's
just
there.
need zeros.
So it's there, but the collapsing doesn't work. But at least we can scroll through it and it's indented properly.
Why are we only getting back one?
Okay.
Oh, I see.
I think I figured it out. I think I just missed a zero. It's
yeah.
it's unintuitive that there's a zero there, but I'm pretty sure this is.
Yeah, I think you're right. Inside
Does this
that.
look? It's weird that that's a thing, but I'm pretty. That should. I think. I don't know. It's dinner time, guys. I'm barely holding on.
We appreciate it.
Wait, are you skipping dinner for us? Don't do that.
No.
That's not good.
No, I'm just joking. I had like a little snack before this because I anticipated
Let's do
a decline in my cognitive ability.
We shouldn't have talked about pancakes. That was our mistake.
I know. Did I change anything? Did it work?
Maybe we can eat, watch some videos, and we will not be hungry.
Oh, that's weird. Data, items, zero, statistics. That works.
Okay, items. Oh, and then snippet.
How many videos do we have? Are we looking at here?
I think only like 3,
6.
maybe. Oh, do we have more than that?
Oh, so is it the case that I just need to go?
We have 4 hard-coded ones.
Okay. V in data items, title, V. Oh, maybe it's just because title is not actually in the statistics. That's probably why. Oh no, it says key error 0.
Oh, there's 6 keys.
Which is definitely true. Title is definitely not there.
And we can't grab out. Does it want an integer or it wants a?
Well, that's the thing. Like if I look at the first item in data, I assume the length of this is however many videos we have, right? So let's just double check that just for my own sanity. Okay, there's 4 videos. Does that make sense to you guys? Okay, so it's 4 videos.
That works.
And we should be able to loop through items then. So if I look at the first item, that's it. And then that I can get
So then you
statistics
just need to
out of.
After your index value, then do another square bracket and snip it.
Yeah.
Oh, another. Oh.
And then square bracket
it's a snip.
title or whatever.
Oh, I see. Okay. So, okay. So like that would work? Oh, I see.
Oops.
Does it work? Yeah, it works. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that worked. Okay, but for the stats, they're in a different place. There's no snippet, right? It's probably just. I thought it was this, like, yeah. Oh, right, but then you got to index further to get, which just makes sense. Okay, so why was it saying
It didn't like that we went, oh, it's because we have statistics instead of snippet for title. So it should be it should be whatever.
Okay, how about this? Let's see. Let's see if that ends up looking. Oh, right, but then we don't need to index with integers either, right? Because we're looping through, right?
No, because we
So
should
we can take
yeah,
these.
we should have an index.
Yeah. Okay. I think this is going to work now, guys. This seems good. Okay. Okay. How do you feel about that? Do you want to give that a whirl?
Better.
Yep, let's.
There we go. That worked.
Hey,
Awesome.
teamwork
Good
makes
job.
the dream work here.
Okay, so
So now we should have
we're really rocking here.
your prettier list, right? Did we make a list or a dictionary? We made a dictionary.
It's a list of dictionaries, I think.
Cool. Okay.
Nice.
Do we want to try and pull that into pandas then?
Sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna just try to install what I need here, and then I'm just curious if that would work. So if you run a pip install, it probably has to be on its own.
Yeah, with a. Yeah, with me.
Oh, sorry. Okay, go for it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. With the, I forgot the exclamation mark there. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so then this should work. Okay,
Also,
great.
I will move both of the pip installs to requirements.
Okay,
So-
sweet. And maybe I can clean up some of these cells where we're using just to test
Yeah, that's
things.
awesome. While you do that, shall we just recap where we've gotten? We have a couple of new people, and also like my friend's dog has joined. I don't know if you see that. They just sent a picture.
Cute dog.
That's awesome.
He's watching the stream.
So
Simba.
for everyone and the cute dogs out there, we are doing a data dive into the YouTube API. I'm doing it with a couple of Deepnote employees and Alan, one of the users who's graciously helping us along the process. And right now we're playing around with the API a little bit and trying to get data into from a couple different channels and some different videos to get stats. And then we're going to plot or take a look at those stats. So right now we have a data set that we've kind of formatted into a way that we're hoping we can plot out, and we're going to see how that looks. And if I have anything old here, we can clean up. Feel free to delete my stuff as well. It's done.
So what was the output of that last video stats? So, I mean, we'll just see how it looks.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is a good sign. Let's see how the output looks in Deepnote. Well,
That's awesome, right?
we've got four videos,
Yeah.
and we've got a bunch of stats. I mean, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
So, should I try charting one of these? Maybe this would be a cool opportunity. Like, I can start like fiddling with the charting, and if someone else wanted to take those functions and see if you could loop through a playlist or something like that, might be kind of cool. So we can get rid of that hard coded thing.
The hard coded list.
And I think the basically the analog to that little Python chunk that we really liked, but for a playlist, is really, really simple. I can paste it in if you want.
Yeah. Sure.
And then you can like build it out, but like just for the sake of doing it, maybe, let's see, I'll add a text block and I'll just say, oh, if it's a text block, I can just write markdown, right? Okay, great. So, okay, I'm just talking to myself, but like using a playlist instead of hard-coded value.
right now, if you're following along, we pulled in just 4 of our favorite videos that we just chose. So our next goal is Alan's kind of playing around with the data frame a little bit, and I'm going to play around with trying to create a cohesive dynamic list of videos. So that's kind of where we're at. And thank you. I seen a couple pop up from my Discord, so I wanted to thank you guys for joining too. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so Jacob, I put that little snippet in there for you to see
Awesome.
what the how that looks, and I'm sure you'll be able to make short work out of that.
Cool. I'm gonna grab that. I wanted to talk about one thing when you're getting into these requests as well. With the Google API, it's kind of tricky going over your limits and stuff, especially when you're searching, and it's very easy when you're doing that on a huge channel like or any huge result set. So what you can do when you get a result back from a search, if it has more, they'll only put up to 50 results on a page. So when you see this max results here, that's how many results are going to show up on an individual page, not how many results are going to show up from your query. And each page request counts against your quota for the day for the API. And one thing that's kind of screwy, and you see this with different APIs, but Google, you have a quota of like 10,000 requests a day, but each search you do is 100 towards that quota. So it goes a lot faster than you think, and you want to be careful when you're looping over things just to make sure you're not making more requests than what you think.
And what is the quota, Jake?
So the quota for the YouTube API is 10,000 out of the gate, and that's how many requests you can make to get data back. So if you blow that quota or go over that quota, you're going to get probably 200 responses back instead of getting real data. So just a note that on paper you might think you have a lot of requests there, and you don't really, because they have different costs associated with each call. But
Interesting.
What the heck?
so I'll come down here a little bit.
So just if the other Jacob is listening,
Yep.
I noticed with Altair, for example, like, so I've got like a little Altair block here, and I'm making a chart, and when I hit enter, it does run it and it executes fine, but sometimes it doesn't actually show up in my browser. But if I refresh, then it does.
So I was trying to debug this today, actually. I found a workaround for it, and we are working on a real fix for this. The problem is that the plot is loading in an iframe, and sometimes the iframe loads a little bit later than the script gets executed, so it doesn't get picked up. But I can send you a snippet that works around this.
Sure, it's not critical now or anything, but yeah, I just wanted to point it out. Yeah.
Yep.
Sweet, thank you for looking into that.
It's the same problem with Plotly as well, because their scripts are loading so slow that the iframe sometimes, But we have a person looking into this already, so.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Jake, I pasted some of the playlist thing there. Oh, you are doing it.
No,
you're doing it here.
No, we can do it down here.
Yeah, no, I will just copy it up there. You can pick it up if you want. Something like this.
Awesome.
Yep.
So that looks good. So when we get, okay, yeah, no, that looks good.
But basically we want to switch the playlist ID so it's let's do it like this. Let's prepare the call. Let's do the API and hard code this channel.
Yep.
And now it should work. Okay, no, what's our API key? Okay, of course. Boom, 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 boom. Done.
Cool.
Let's just get some actual channel IDs from there. Not channel IDs, but video IDs, right?
Yep, video IDs, right. All right, so we should have a similar, you want to do it inside of this function and then just return a video list?
Yep, yep. That would work.
Is anything better than syrup on pancakes? Is the most popular video out of the 4 videos.
That might have been my pick.
I thought you were straight up
just
asking.
based on view count. That's really funny.
Surprised.
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't be.
I highly recommend that video, by the way. It's very appetizing.
Yeah, send it in the stream. Yeah, hey, it's Fran. I see what you wrote there about Altair. It is absolutely really, really just a joy to use that library to do charting. It feels like the translation between what you want to see and the code, there's like no translation there. It just seems to flow really naturally. It's very declarative in that way, very expressive. Even when you get into more difficult, more complex charts, the difficulty in using Altair scales up very nicely. It doesn't kind of get all wild and crazy as soon as you want to do something, at an intermediate level. So it's a very nice library. I would recommend it highly.
So I'm sharing a notebook with the hex for the Altair disappearing problems.
Sure.
So whoever needs it anytime in the future, they can use it.
Did you do this today?
What?
Did you make this today? I haven't seen this before. Okay.
Yeah. There was another community user having the problem when they published a notebook with Altair graphs.
Oh, okay. Good stuff.
Cool. So how are you, Jake, working on the video list?
Yeah, I'm trying to get out the data list. I'm trying to run. Clear this. Trying to run
So
this.
we are
Yeah, I think like
for not channel IDs but video IDs, right?
Yeah.
And that's in content details.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
So then out of our data list,
Yeah. So you would have to. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I was just gonna say I only separated that a little bit. I was gonna put it all in the same function, but I don't want to mess up and keep querying over and over again. So I just pulled it out. That way we could take a look and build it from there.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And
Yeah, because I think you will have to
scroll down here and see anything. I can do that as well.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I was charting for a while, so I lost touch with what you guys were doing. But I assume you'll have to make one query for the big chunk of data, and then you'll have to loop through and query each video again, right? Because the outer data I don't think is going to have the statistics.
That's right. So
not statistics, but video ID is there. There's a video
exactly.
ID, and that's in content details. So that's in items, and in items resource ID. Yeah, like D0, and then we will just loop through it. Okay, it doesn't work. Of course. So where is this? Resort.
Oh, I wonder if look that isn't a it isn't a video that it returned. It returned a playlist item. Do they have video IDs?
What?
The if you look at what it returned here, the other ones were all YouTube hashtag video something. I didn't know if it was different.
Oh yeah, that's true, but yeah, okay. So we queried playlists, many different playlists.
There's a playlist inside of the playlist.
What was the call?
This is a list of playlists. This is a list of playlists, and each playlist has something. So yeah.
Oh, did we query? Oh, I see. We queried.
Oh, you put a list in as the parameter to playlist ID. You put a playlist list. Wow, that's a very meta thing that's going on right now. Yeah, if you just put the string into the playlist ID, then you'll get one playlist back, and then you can loop through all the video IDs in that playlist object and then query those videos.
But where? You mean?
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Like this?
Yeah, so where it says playlist ID, I think that's you just want a single string there.
There is a single string.
Oh, it's not a list? Sorry, yeah, right.
No,
I got you. Yeah.
I was surprised. I wonder if that playlist though has a playlist inside of it.
That doesn't make any sense.
Google. Let me look at the documentation.
Yeah, if you're giving a playlist ID, it should only return back a single playlist. Otherwise, how would it know what playlists to bring back? It should be bringing back an object that contains metadata on the videos inside that playlist.
Yeah, but it's not doing that.
That's very strange.
What was our query was? What are you looking at? Playlist?
Oh, that's very strange. Yeah, when I do it on my local computer, I just get a list of. I just get a list back.
I think it can return different things depending what's in the playlist, though.
Oh.
I think you can. Well.
Yeah, that's like exactly how.
Oh.
I'm doing it.
Sorry, maybe.
Like if you look at whatever the response is that you get back in items.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the Rick Beato one that you've looked at, that's actually being printed out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a single video, right? And if you were to iterate through items, that would be the 5 videos.
Yeah, that's what I thought, because there is a video ID. Maybe the confusing was just the kind that it says YouTube playlist item.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
But
where do you see the video ID?
It's
under.
I see. Yeah.
Resource ID, or even in the content details. So we could do content details.
Exactly.
Like
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, bingo.
Beautiful. Bingo. Bingo, bango, bongo.
So yeah, let's just, I will do for. This is playlist and playlist items. Wait, no, playlist items, and we do video like this. So now we do have this. So we do get video list channel. I mean, get video list channel, and then we do another function that get channel videos. We want to provide this with playlist data, and then we do this, then we do this, and we create a list, video IDs, and then we just append this.
So what we're building out here, we're building out our actual API calls that we're going to build our final video list. It's going to pull in a relevant list. In this case, we're pulling in from the same playlist to try and get a list of videos, and then we can get the details of each of those videos in the list.
Boom, boom. No, something's invalid. But invalid. Closing bracket, of course, and there we have it. But video ID is empty for some reason, because I did the return. So now it should work. Perfect. So now
awesome.
we can call the. I will delete this. I will delete this. I will just keep it commented here so we remember the old things that we have. And then we can just do video IDs instead of video list. And then we have the stats, I guess. Perfect. Yep. So now,
wicked.
Look at that.
Now, should we... I think I will increase the maximum results. What's the 20?
Yeah.
Let's do 20. Do this. Yeah, and let's plot this thing somehow.
I'm on it.
Or Jake, did you have any other idea about the data? Should we enrich it somehow, or let's just plot the like and view counts and do some nice histogram or something, and then we can iterate from there.
Yeah, I think we have a good layout of kind of how we've pulled in data and done different things on that side. So not that we're done there, but now we're going to try and take a look at the data and see what we actually got. So we have 20 videos from a specific playlist that we're pulling in, and we're going to compare those videos. You can see in the data frame now that we've built out our dictionary of video stats, and then we imported that into pandas. So you can see in this pandas data frame, we have a title column that has the title of the video, the view count, the likes, and the comment count. And again, if you're kind of jumping in, this is all being pulled from Google's official YouTube API. So that's where we're getting all this. And we're doing it all in collaboration inside of Deepnote. So we're all able to kind of work together here and check out this playlist. You see here, Alan's plotted out a chart to kind of start out, comparing the view count and the titles.
Does anyone remember how to replace strings in pandas? What makes this song great? ? Replace that with nothing. I'm just trying to get more readable title.
Clean it up.
Because all the titles have. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I must have just like had a weird. It's weird that it's not catching that ? though. I wonder why that is. Oh, well, now it's going to be completely different because this has to be run first.
Oh, I see what data we pulled in. We pulled in a bunch of songs.
Yeah, it's like this series where the guy goes through all these hit songs, and he has all the multi-tracks to the band's songs, so he breaks down what makes those songs so amazing. And
Is this the Rick Beato channel?
Yeah, Rick Beato, yeah. It's pretty amazing stuff. It's crazy. He's got the multi-tracks for like all these amazing songs. So he can be like, listen to the actual vocal performance, and then he'll like mute all the other instruments. It's very cool.
Oh, that is really cool.
That's very, very cool.
I thought they all looked like good songs. I was curious.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's how his channel there. Oh man, I don't know what's going on. Why I can't figure out how to replace. Does anyone know? Is anyone telling me in the comments what I'm doing wrong here? No.
What are you trying to do?
I'm just trying to replace the string, what makes this song great, with nothing. And I know that you can do that. I just, for some reason, it's not actually working.
What makes this?
What happens if I do? Because you can. There's like a. This might just ruin everything. I was getting everything but the question mark, but anyway, I don't know why that's.
Doesn't like the question
It's not.
mark.
It. Yeah, it really didn't. Hard to say.
So the string replace works on Panda series, not on data frame, but
Yep. Yeah. So if you look at, like, I've actually got it replacing the strings, but maybe I have to like do something with that question mark, because it will replace everything, but it won't replace that question mark, and I'm not sure if there's some sort of like escape issue or.
Yeah, let me try to just display it one more time, and I will just do it like this. I will do it like this. Let's print it, and let's copy.
Oh, there's like a weird.
Yeah, it's a weird question mark.
Oh.
So
Wow.
what makes this song great? Nope. Come on. Wait.
Some of the question marks have like TM after it. That's funny. That's really funny. You need a magnifying glass to see that.
Maybe we just work with this.
Yeah, it's fine.
No. It will break something. We have to fix it.
Or you just have your
Yeah.
big
Let
OCD
me
about question
just.
marks.
What? Oh, I know, because we are. No, we are not. We are actually we are replacing it in place, right? So so now I have to only do this, and then it will work.
Look at you.
What happened?
So
Nice.
so yeah.
So how come that didn't work on the first iteration of that when the question mark is actually part of the string?
Not sure. Maybe there was a weird space or something.
Oh, there might have been a space actually before. There might have been a space before the question mark. Actually, I didn't try that.
Yeah. So
Good
now
call.
we can basically do this. But okay, no. So.
Oh yeah. See, maybe there's two spaces. I have no idea. No, there's not. Yeah, there's not a space. I can see. Anyway. If someone was really good with regex, they could just.
No, I am good with regex, but I'm now confused with what's the data frame that is passed to Altair, and what's the data frame that we have. So let me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
right now the data frame we have is clean.
Yeah.
But somehow when we pass it to the Altair, it gets broken.
Well, now you're good though.
Which means we can maybe do a new one. And then it doesn't work at all. Okay.
Why can't you just pass in the clean one now? Or you're just playing?
Because it somehow cached the previous thing. Okay, now
Gotcha.
So now this doesn't work, so I have to fire up my my hack for Altair. So
you did have it there for a second though. Like just
yeah. But come on. Maybe I will refresh. I'll try to refresh mine. Maybe you guys can try to execute. Maybe you're okay. It's there. So now it's there, and now it's working. Perfect. So yeah, we can continue.
Okay, sweet. Okay, great. Maybe I'll sort those as well.
So I will delete this one. And then
so is this your go-to plotting library when you're visualizing?
Yeah, this is my go-to. Yeah. I find that there's visualization that you want to do for exploration, and then there's visualization that you want to do for publication. And I find that Altair kind of meets both those needs. If I just need very quick, rapid charts to see what's going on, I can very, very quickly get something on the screen that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
And then when I need to like beautify it, I can start dipping into the more, the deeper parts of Altair to start to fool around with, all of the little things that you might want to change. So, yeah.
Sure. That's really cool. It's actually definitely a weak point of mine, charting, just because I just haven't played around with it much other than basic to get stuff done. So it's interesting to see the setup.
Yeah, I was just, before we started actually the call, I was just looking at this like cool resource that I found called Python Graph Gallery, and this is not Altair. It's mostly made with Matplotlib and Seaborn and Plotly.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna link it anyway. It's like really cool. It basically talks to just different categories of graphs that you might want to do. Like you want to rank, you want to visualize distribution, you want to rank, do like time evolution, time series, and then it helps you just find the code snippets for those graphs. So
Oh, really?
That's
That's
awesome.
it's like
awesome.
a nice gallery. So take a look at that when you have time.
Yeah. Yeah, Altair is it's so much different than the libraries that I had used in the past. It's like I use Matplotlib a lot in the past, and I used another language called MATLAB, which had a very similar. It's very similar to actually Matplotlib was based on MATLAB. It's another proprietary language, but I found that like the function calls were always like bar graph, or if you want to make a horizontal bar graph, it would be like bar H,
Sure.
or scatter or a scatter plot. So it was very like typology based, where the function calls were always the name of the chart, common name for the chart. Altair has like a completely different paradigm. It's like you never call anything a bar chart, a scatter chart, a stacked bar chart, a line chart. You basically specify the geometric shape that you want, and then how you want to represent the columns in the data frame. And then because if you're trying to plot two quantitative variables, it has to be a scatter plot essentially. Then it will just make a scatter plot, but you're never kind of calling the function scatter plot. Like there is no function called scatter plot. So it's a different way of thinking, using sort of building blocks. Anyway, I've tried to sort the bar graph, but failed, which is kind of funny.
Oh yeah, which song has the most views?
Well, I just, for some reason, there's something weird going on with the sorting, and I've tried to sort it within Altair, which I've done many times. And you can see it's kind of half sorting. And then I've tried to also sort the data frame itself. And I don't see any, for whatever reason, it's not sorted.
Are you guys getting chart output too? I don't know if I'm.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I think you have to refresh, though. I've had charts up there for like an hour.
I saw some originally, but I think now.
Oh, Jacob, I noticed also that the little, if I open the three dots on the chart, that I can't actually use any of the options. I don't know if you can see that on your.
Yeah, let me try that. Yeah, I think I tried this before and I just dropped it because I did a screenshot of the thing. But yeah, that's something we should look at as well.
So for those watching the stream, I apologize if you didn't see the charts before. I was a little behind. I had to refresh. Now you should be seeing the charts on the screen again. We're still digging into the data on the individual video statistics. So you can see here that we're plotting out the different videos in a playlist that are song based, as you can tell, and then plotting that view count on the screen.
Oh yeah.
It says in your in the chart that you have a like count and a comment count. Where
Yeah.
does it show the?
So if you hover over the bars, it'll pop out.
Very cool.
So there's other things you could like. Also, you could encode that information.
Sure.
You could encode that information right into the chart if you want it to be really fancy.
Yeah.
Like, see, I'll encode as color. I'll encode the like count, and you'll see. Like, this is where it becomes very powerful. Let's see if this works.
So yeah, I think this will be a lot of work to get the saving SPNG and SVG working, because it communicates with the backend, and we don't have this communication line open at all with the kernel. So yeah, that was just a fun
It might
fact
not
for
have
a while.
output again. Did something show up on your screen?
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
now it works. I mean, I was just saying about the menu that you can download the stuff.
Oh yeah, you might have to refresh.
There we go. Oh, cool. Very cool.
Yeah, so I mean that's confusing. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily do
No.
that for an analysis, but you can see what it's doing is the colors represent a different number than the length of the bar, and you can even use channels like size and shape and opacity, and you can encode all of those things directly, just basically just by doing what I just did. So if I said size is equal to like count, the thinner the bar, the smaller the like count, and it would actually do that. It's just pretty crazy, right?
Yeah, cool.
You know, if you had to do that in Matplotlib, you'd have to like loop through every like count and control the size of the bar, and you could do it, but you would have to be very explicit about everything.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's past my Matplotlib vantage point.
Yeah, I mean that they have a very different approach, but anyway, I will comment that out because I don't want anyone to be like, what? That Al guy made that chart? That's terrible. Let's leave it the way it is. So how did that playlist thing work out? Is that all? That's all set then?
Yeah, so I think the playlist worked out pretty good, I think, digging in and getting the individual playlist. I think you could do something very similar. I mean, if you had interest in pulling the entire channel or something like that, again, being wary of your limits, I think you could do a search based on channel and get a similar list and then break out the videos from that channel.
I don't actually know if this is possible, and it's probably too late in the night to start unless you guys actually know how to do it quickly, which you probably do. But it'd be really cool. It'd be really cool to look at how the popularity of a channel, let's say as measured by subscriptions or something, how that actually changed over time. That would just be so cool. But I don't know if the YouTube API will give you snapshots as of a certain date, how many subscribers someone's had. I don't know if they allow you to pull that data back, but I'm actually just not sure. But that would be so nice, right? Because then you could plot like multiple popular channels, like take the 5 most popular channels and then look at their subscription counts over time or their comment counts over time or something like that. That would be so interesting.
Yeah, that's exactly
But
right.
I actually don't know.
And it would be cool to compare a video when it was released to the current size of the channel and things like that to see, how well, if you could kind of tell when a channel is going to break out or something like that. Highlighting videos that are way over their normal views for that channel at that time. Once you get data at this point, it's kind of already blown up. If you're Good Mythical Morning, you have a ton of views on all your videos, obviously, and it's sort of level, but yeah, it'd be interesting. The snapshot or the history would be really interesting at different points.
Snapshot of the history, but lined up in terms of age of the channel, which is I think what you're getting at, which would be totally amazing. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I have no idea how to actually do that though. I know they do have like published date of videos, so you can look at published date of videos, but I don't know if they have like a timeline kind of.
Yeah, I was playing around with the channel sort, and like you said, you had published date and things like that you could sort by age, but not. I don't think anything history wise or anything like that. If you look at
No.
there's a couple websites that look like they're doing that that are taking snapshots and different things like that, but I think they're doing that maybe on their own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Or like if it's your channel, then you can probably download that data
Oh yeah.
like through your YouTube, whatever.
Analytics.
Yeah, the analytics. Yeah.
Cool. All right. So what we have here is we've kind of went through the process a little bit. I would say start to finish, at least grabbing in data from an API, building out our lists, and then eventually plotting the data out from there. Anything else that we want to plot out from here or check out? I can try and pull in anything else too. We have just a little bit of time here.
You could try pulling out like like some comments. I don't know if people might find that interesting, just in it, like as a change of scenery, to look at some comments. I don't know how interesting that is, but it shouldn't be too hard to pull that out because it's probably a very similar call.
On that video list. So on a video,
Yeah.
if you look at the video detail, you're probably getting back. Where's our? Get video list.
Yeah, it looks like there's something called like YouTube.comment threads, and you can pass in a video ID and you get all the comments, which is pretty cool.
Could be dangerous, but
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, I know. Make sure you're on like a really clean channel. Oh, Rick's channels are always good though.
The pancakes should be safe too.
Yeah, the pancakes should be safe.
We can do a sentiment analysis on pancake videos. It's my next hackathon.
Sweet.
What was that snippet, Alan? You want to pull that in?
Here, I'll send it through.
Yeah.
Can you see that at all? Did that come through?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you could mess around with that.
I wonder. I had to find YouTube, but I've also refreshed. Did I mess up? Oh, maybe I didn't define it. Oops. Sorry, I might have deleted something there. I got to click.
Oh no, that was me. That was me. I deleted something. Maybe we both did. Oh, there you go. Bonzo was a cabaret drummer before Zeppelin. There you go.
So you did that. So we did that with just a video ID as well, right? So that's something that you could grab with our original video list that we had built above as well, right?
I think you might have to make a separate call though, right? Like once you have that video ID, is that what you mean? Because I think you have to call that comment threads.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. We'd have to loop over that like list that we had before, the video list that we got before. But if you were looking to dig really deep into, all the comments on their videos or something like that and extract those out, you could probably do something like that. It'd be interesting to do like an NLP look at kind of the most common terms and phrases and how that differs between channels. I'm sure when you look at Good Mythical Morning or stuff like that have a huge following and a huge community, it's the phrases and unique way of talking in each of these communities would probably be interesting.
That would be interesting. The isms.
Yes. Wall Street bets.
Hmm.
Or are we using the automatic rerun? Since when are we using it?
Oh, I don't know. I thought that was off earlier.
Yeah, it was. It was. I didn't notice when. So yeah. Anyway, let's continue.
Yeah, I don't think I clicked it, but it's worth noting up there. Again, something like that's really awesome for looking at statistics and things like that. You want to just be careful again with things like that if you're rerunning those queries multiple times when you're doing heavy looping or things like that on the comments. Just take note, I guess.
Yeah. I was actually doing some GitHub and Twitter APIs today, so I did a lot of caching before I ran all of the things on heavy data. Because they have so there is 5,000 requests in an hour for GitHub and like 900 for 15 minutes for Twitter. So
Yeah.
Cache your API calls.
I'm not saying that I know a lot about Google API calls because I've blown my my API calls in a minute or two, but that might be how I learned. It'll get you.
Yeah, well, at least you learned. You learn every day.
That's right. That's part of the fun, and that's kind of what we're trying to highlight in these streams as well too. None of us are perfect, and we all are kind of learning from each other, and that's the beauty of us working in this notebook together and collaborating and kind of helping each other along the way. So, cool.
Yeah, I would actually love to hear from anyone on the stream whether this is something that's useful, interesting, and what are the things that we could do to make it more interesting, or what are the topics that you guys would want to learn about? Because this is sort of like a learning experience for all of us on the stream and also for those watching. So yeah, I'd love to hear from you. Like if you actually have any comments here, just feel free to share them now in the chat, or you can just like DM us on Twitter too. It's Deepnote HQ. So I'd appreciate any feedback on that.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And we want to build content that is useful to people and your levels. So if there's, again, even if it's as simple as move on from the API part a little faster or something like that, we appreciate all the comments or ideas or projects or anything like that. We'd be happy to tackle. Just reach out in one way or another.
Yeah, NLP would be so fun to do as part of an analysis if we were pulling from APIs like this. That would be so fun. And I personally don't know much about that, and I would find that very interesting.
Yeah. So I had one project that I was actually coming back to publish on Deepnote that was looking at Twitter analysis, but I got kind of blocked on the way I was getting tweets before the API wasn't really working for me. So I would like to kind of go back on that and come up with a new plan for that as well. But yeah,
I heard that there's is it Scrapey? Is that the thing? Like I heard there's like a library called Scrapey.
Yeah, that.
And it's
Yeah,
a rapid.
Yeah,
Pardon
that
me?
would probably work. The original way that I had didn't anymore, and I didn't really go on to revamp it. But again, yeah, something like that would be very interesting, and I think we'd enjoy all checking it out. But again, the community.
Yeah, I would enjoy checking it out. Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, I think we can wrap it up for today now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, any other questions or thoughts before we kind of wrap up here? I think we got sort of a notebook going here that we might be able to clean up a little bit and present at the end. But yeah, the ideas are there. Awesome. Well, I'm speaking for myself and everyone else here, but I had a great time. I really appreciate the knowledge and the help from everybody. Alan, thank you for the graphing and that side of it, and helping with the API and all of it. I really appreciate it, and Jakob going through with us
You're
as
very
well.
welcome.
And
Yeah,
Elizabeth
and
for being such a great host.
I don't know what I help with, but thank you.
Oh, yeah. Well, we've got the
Taking
pancake
all the
video.
credit.
Yeah.
Pancake video. That's
Yeah.
my value add, guys.
The pancakes are missing, the only thing.
I
It's 1 a.m.
actually,
here, by the way, sorry. It's 1 a.m. here, so this is the best time for pancakes.
That's right.
I'm actually baking
Ah.
a cake as we're speaking, not to reinforce any gender stereotypes, but I actually have to go to the kitchen.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
You guys got better plans than me. I don't think I have a cake ready.
Jeez.
I'm bummed.
Yeah.
Well, thanks everyone. And Jake, yeah, if you get around to actually maybe cleaning this up a bit and sharing back with the community, would love that. And thank you everyone for joining. This has been really fun. Thanks for your
Yep.
comments.
See
Yep.
You're
you
welcome.
next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you
Thank
guys.
you guys.
Take care.
Thank you, Alan.
Thank you, everyone.